Yeah, I remember.
I'm live in this motherfucker. What's going on, everybody in this world, man? I appreciate y'all coming over here. Definitely let me know if you can hear me. If you can't, I'm gonna try to fix that thing. Let me make sure all of the other channel areas is working. And I'm just gonna talk some shit for a minute about the subject that I listed on the fucking thing. And if you coming over here and you watching the playback, yo, welcome to the channel. And definitely hit the like and subscribe. And let me know in the comment section if you watching the playback. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that. I want to talk about one of my favorite shows that I watch every fucking week. And that's the Corey Holcomb 5150 show, which is funny as fuck again this week. And I ain't chatted about him in a minute because, you know, I just faded up off the show for a minute and was doing other shit, you know, leaving town, blah, blah, blah. But I want to talk some shit about the show today because it was funny. And it'd always be funny. That's the thing about that particular type of comedy. When you been one hundo, you just be yourself and shit. And then people like me, I fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if y'all checked it out, if y'all interested in that show, but I'm going to still kick that shit to you about it. And if you're over here watching it, you can check it out. Check out my ideas about it. To me, it was a good show again because, you know, they just be themselves. They say any kind of fucking thing they want to. And that's really deep. You know, you got Corey Holcomb going crazy on the show. He say so much wild shit. It ain't even real sometimes. I be tweaking like, God damn, this nigga go crazy with it. But I guess being a comedian and talking shit to the world, that had that nigga doing that shit with no problem. He do it with ease, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times I want to talk shit like that and say shit like that, but I don't because I'm thinking like, oh man, you can't do that shit. You know, motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to get caught up in the wrong thing, but I be feeling the same way and I be wanting to say the same shit, but I just don't be talking that shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And I be wanting to because there's a lot of bullshit that be happening in the world and these white motherfuckers be expecting us to just deal with it. Like, I was on the street yesterday hustling and shit in Chicago, downtown, in front of Nike Town, where I get my grind on. And this little Mexican motherfucker walk up to me. He young, he like 20-something shit. He like, you know, I'm trying to sell him my shit. He laugh, he don't want it. He get ready to go in the store with his lady, which is Nike Town store, which I'm standing in front of Nike Town on the you know, this is what we do. This is the grind we on. In the shot, and it's good money. I love it. So making a long story short, I'm gonna get back into the Corey story, but I want to tell you this shit real quick. This is just about how I like characters like Corey because they able to speak their mind and just say how the fuck they feel because the shit you deal with as a black motherfucker in America, it's wicked, it's sick, especially a man like me from the hood and shit, who I don't really dwell too tough in white environments. Like I ain't got no white balls. I don't punch in no fucking job. I don't let hunkies tell me what time to come get money and what time I get paid. All that goofy shit, I don't do that. I ain't saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying that's not what the fuck I do, and I never live like that. But now, so this Mexican nigga, he getting ready to go in the store. I think I told him, I said, he had a socks outfit on with the hat and the jacket or some shit, and I'm trying to sell my shit. I said, no, my socks fit too, bro. And then he laughed and shit. He wanted to get ready to go in the store. But before he go in the store, he said, man, that nigga tried to pull it. He talking to his lady. He ain't talking to me. He talking to his lady. So I heard that shit. I'm like, damn, you see these motherfuckers, how wild they can be just saying a nigga word. Like he wasn't talking to me. His back was to me. He's probably about 7 feet away. But I heard it. And I was like, damn. You know, I guess I don't know that person personally. I don't know if they talk like that in his clique or whatever the fuck it is. But I'm an actual nigga. And I'm not going to allow nobody to just be calling me no nigga and shit like that. I don't know how you kicking it on planet Earth, but that's just me. I'm not going to be. He didn't say it to me. Because if he would have said it to me, this conversation would be completely different. He said it to his lady as he was catching up to her, get ready to walk in the door. So about 10 minutes later, he come out the store. And I'm like, yo, bro, man, you shouldn't be saying nigga like that, man. He said, what? I said, you shouldn't be saying nigga like that. He like, what the fuck you want to do? What the fuck you want to do? And I'm like, I'm laughing to myself. And I'm like, wait a minute, like you some Mexican nigga, man. Like, first of all, it's COVID-19. I'm not finna fight some fucking stranger on the street for some words and shit. This Michigan Avenue, which is the bougiest, whitest spot in the city, and they got cameras beaming on every motherfucking spot. I'm a black nigga with dreadlocks who about to beat the dog shit out of you. And all that's gonna happen is they're gonna look at you as a Mexican and then consider you to be a white person. And my black ass gonna be banned from being down here getting money. And so they call it in my hood and where I grew up at, tricking you off your spot. You don't let a person trick you off your spot. So I'm laughing to myself because I'm like, what the fuck you just say to me? And so he like, what you want to do? I thought so. But then like a second, he walked away. And I'm laughing to myself like, you little bitch ass nigga. And I want to fuck him up, but I'm understanding that we get money out here and this shit lasts all year round. The popos come hate on us all the time, but I got to be careful with who I fuck up on these streets because they're going to be on it. They, you know, I don't know if you've been to Michigan Avenue, but it's popos sitting in the middle of the fucking street, walking up the street. They got motherfucking dogs that sniff for fucking, whatever that shit is, bombs and shit. So it's just like that. And it's the street. So I'm trying to be calm. I'm calming myself down. I'm like, man, you little bitch ass little motherfucker. But he walked off. He didn't want no smoke. And so I'm like this. At that kind of situation with them beaming cameras, and I already know this because one of the popos came to me about 2-3 years ago and was like, "His cameras right there. His cameras right there. His cameras right there." Because he telling me this because he thinking that not only is we selling our shit, but we selling packs, we selling dope and all that other shit. So he letting you know, nigga, it's cameras on you. So be careful what the fuck you do out here. I get it. I know that anyway without them even saying that, but he just felt like he'd tell me. In Chicago, they call it pods. So it's cameras, little bitty cameras sitting all over the spot, watching your ass as you walk up the street, but you wouldn't know it because it's like a little pod. But make a long story short, little pussy ass nigga walked away, and I just laughed at him and shit. And I'm like, "You soft bitch," because if this wasn't downtown Chicago, Michigan Avenue, not only would I just confront you for saying nigga, I'd have beat your bitch ass on these motherfucking streets, and I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. I'd have robbed you and your bitch, you soft ass nigga. But I got to be careful and be smart because I know you motherfuckers are considered Caucasians in America. I know that shit. On your fucking birth certificate, on your parents' motherfucking birth certificate, that shit don't say Spanish. That shit say white, Caucasian. And I understand that. I'm an older nigga. I got knowledge of self. I know that. So you niggas walk around saying the N-word, saying nigga, and all that whole ass shit, and thinking you're going to slide through me, a nigga like me. I'm going to confront your bitch ass. I'll confront you because I want you to jump back. I want you to touch me. Because then I'm going to beat your ass for a half hour. And I don't get no fuck about going to jail, you bitch, motherfucker. You calling the motherfucker a man, a nigga, and walking away like a pussy. And I understand that. Look, we on the streets every day. You selling to people every fucking day. And people say stupid shit. So you keep your composure. I done got these motherfucking foreign motherfuckers say nigga in their language, in their stupid ass language, and think you don't know what the fuck they saying. But they cowards. They never say that shit to you. They never, you know how when motherfuckers be filming on the streets, they never had a camera saying you nigga to you. Like they don't do no shit to no nigga like me because I'm a flash on your bitch ass and then you ain't getting away and I'm robbing you and your bitch. And I don't give a fuck what you tell the police, you pussy motherfucker. But I gotta be careful. I can't let you trick me off my spot. So I stood out there. I stood on my jug the whole motherfucking day. And I was like, I hope this nigga from Chicago, I hope this little pussy ass dude from here or he from somewhere close. So he gonna slide back through this motherfucker like a tough guy. And then I'm gonna go in on your bitch ass because I thought about it. I was like, fuck these cameras. But I know I ain't really on that because I know this is a spot where we get it in at. And I don't even know why I'm telling y'all all this motherfucking shit. But what I'm saying is shit for us that as a black man, you got to get these pussy motherfuckers passes because you know if you attack one of these motherfuckers and beat their ass down to the ground and go in their pocket and take their little wallet and stump his ass in the face, they're going to come at you and be like, oh, yeah, you on camera. You attacked the tourist. Oh, what the fuck? It's just a word. He could say words. That's just words. You're a grown man. You could say, he could say what he want to say. It's freedom of speech. He American. He white America and all this shit like the George Zimmerman type motherfuckers. Here's the trick. They know that shit. They know that shit. When they get off the motherfucking airplane, they treating their ass like royalty. These motherfuckers is treated like royalty because they can. That's what all that fake ass stop Asian hate. Asian motherfuckers don't buy shit from us. Year round. We be out there on the jug every day. Them motherfuckers come up and down the street and don't buy nothing out of nothing. I don't give a fuck if you get your nails done. If you eat Chinese food last weekend, they don't buy shit from niggas. You need to understand that. On the jug every day on the street selling products. They don't even fucking stop. I'm talking about, I don't give a fuck what kind of goddamn Asian you talking about. You name them. They don't even speak to us. And the fucking shit that we see with these pussy ass people is they wearing Supreme clothes. They wearing Jordans. They wearing puff coats. They trying to look like they hip hop than a motherfucker, want to look like us, but don't want to spend a nickel with us. And that's factual as fuck. And so that's just how you deal with it. You still get money because you got the white race, the black race, the other people who fuck with you. But the Asian race, they don't buy shit. That's year round. We sit out there sometimes. If a motherfucker get an Asian motherfucker to stop him, we actually be interviewing a nigga like, how the fuck this Asian motherfucker? What do you say? What you say to him? Where he from? Who was that motherfucker? And Asian people will stop sporadically. Like somebody stopped me from fucking Shanghai, or might be from some area of China that you never even fucking heard of. Shenzhen, shit like that. And it'd be real life. But you don't be able to sell no shit like that where you could take care of your family and make money and do that shit. So that's why I say motherfuckers like Corey Holcomb and them with that kind of character, I laugh and kick it with them because they don't mind saying that shit. We got to walk around sometimes with our motherfucking head down and just be regular because, you know, these motherfuckers will murk the shit out you. If the police pull up, you think they coming to kick it? You think they coming to ask who's right or wrong? They coming to see the darkest motherfucker there, and they gonna scrape your ass. And that motherfucker who did the dummy shit to you that you had to respond to, he gonna get the love. Oh, well, he's not from here, and you motherfucker. But basically what they really gonna say is don't bring your motherfucking ass back down this strip. You can't get money down here no more. Because they want the people to walk through that and be able to say what the fuck they want to say. And 99% of the time, you don't give a fuck what they say. All right, whatever. But you call me a nigga and all that shit, I'm going to be in your motherfucking phone. I'm going to try to knock your ass out. But I know it's cameras out here. And I'll be like, let's dip in the motherfucker behind this building. Go in the alley, you soft bitch. You will never motherfucker make it out this motherfucker. I promise you that. And you a stranger to me. You a stranger. I know I ain't got no personal vendetta or nothing like that. But don't disrespect me and think you just going to flex your little pussy ass around like it's okay. Maybe they let you, maybe niggas let you call them nigga where you from. Maybe that's your crew. Maybe you're a rapper and you get to say that shit. I don't give a fuck if you say the word nigga. If you call me a nigga, that's when you're going to have a motherfucking problem. So I knew he was soft and shit, you know, trying to get tough on Michigan Ave. Are you fucking stupid? But I had to be careful with that shit, though, because we jug all year, and I ain't finna let that shit knock me off my money and shit. And I just, it was one of the moments where I had to just be a mature man and be like, you know what? I'm going to let this one slide when I did not want to. And another part of me wouldn't have. It wouldn't have let me. You know, other little niggas who be out there with me, they like, what? Oh, motherfucker, I'd have killed that nigga. I'd have went crazy. And I'm like, damn, I know your ass would have, but it's cool. It's cool. So you get a pass. And I just took that little 12 minutes to talk that shit because I had to get that shit off my chest, man, because you sometimes as a black motherfucker, you got to get these people passes. You got to get them leeway. You got to understand they don't get it, or maybe they don't understand, but they don't be knowing you seconds from getting your motherfucking head knocked off. I know I'm seconds from going to prison for the rest of my life because I know you're a bitch. I know ain't gonna be shit you can do with me. Ain't nothing you can do. Ain't nothing you can do but take it. And your woman gonna be the fucking witness. I saw it, and he said this, and he attacked him. That's all y'all gonna do. I'm gonna beat my ass in court, and everybody looking at me like, what the fuck happened? So he called me nigga, and we know in our race that ain't enough. That is word. That ain't enough for me to stump your ass in the ground. It should be, and it technically is. But these people gonna be on your motherfucking side, especially in that environment. You catch me anywhere else, motherfucker, you wouldn't even be surviving today, nigga. You'd have been remembering this shit like, damn. That black motherfucker went crazy with me. Don't be walking around calling nobody no nigga. Then thinking you tough. That shit was funny, man. I had to just relax and just move on with myself. So back to Corey Holcomb on the show, man. Today was funny to the motherfucker. They had old girl back on the show, Jarlene. She funny to the motherfucker too. She cracking them little zings on their ass and getting them little jokes across. So I fuck with that show today. Hold on. Yeah, I'm at the crib. I'm doing a live show. Oh, all right. Yeah, so anyway, I fucked with the show, and I'm laughing because they was going crazy there. You know, Corey, the first 10 minutes of that motherfucker, he went in on the gay community and shit, and how they be hypocritical and how he go in on them motherfuckers. And I'm from Chi-Town, so a lot of shit he was saying is exact. And I told y'all before on one of my videos that it was a nigga in my neighborhood when I was a kid, though. But he was grown. He was older than me, the nigga. He was a gay nigga or a weirdo. I don't know what the fuck he was because I was a kid. And they called him Superwoman. I'm not bullshitting you. And he would go to the stove and the niggas would be his ass, whooping his ass, smacking him around, fucking him up. And I'm like, little shorty watching that shit on the bus and shit like, damn, he know where this nigga could go. That he survived. And I used to see him as a kid. We shorties, we walk to the stove and they say, hey, get that nigga, come here, Superwoman, back, niggas kicking him, smacking him, you faggot ass nigga, whooping. I don't know if he was gay, I was a kid. But when I got older and shit, and teenager, maybe early 20 or some shit like that, I'm on a bus again. I saw him get on the bus, the same dude, but now he way older, grown as fuck, still a weirdo. This nigga got on the bus, sat like the first 2 or 3 seats by the bus driver, that I ain't know if all that shit had affected him over the years or he was just a weirdo from childhood to adulthood. But I just remember him fucking with this dude all the time, calling him a Superwoman and all this shit. So Corey be saying they be whooping niggas' asses that's gay. That ain't a fucking joke in Chicago. That when I was a kid, that shit's real in the motherfucker. They whoop your ass. So I saw him going crazy on that. And in a lot of ways, that shit's legit. That way they try to push the agenda on our kids and try to force them to have this understanding that being with two men or being with two women is the good thing to be. And we know that that's some bullshit. And get it from your religion or how the fuck you learn about it. They expect you to accept it. And if you have a problem with that shit, then you can't work around them or you can't be around them. And I think that's hypocritical, goofy shit too. But you know what I'm saying? We don't have that limitation. We don't have that leveraging stick at black people to say, hold on, motherfucker, you can't be around us if A, B, and Z. But all these other cultures, races, religions, sexual orientations, I don't give a fuck what your ass is. They all get this thing that we don't have. And I think that's why a lot of people don't mind being gay or being in those communities, because it is a little sense of power. It is a little sense of having a job. It is a little sense of I survived, I made it. You know, I remember working in Hollywood and shit. It's like 08, and I had made it. It's like, oh, Hollywood called me. Boom, they want me to be an editor. I'm up here. I'm in LA. This shit's sweet. And like, they say, we're going to put you in an area where you're going to be able to flourish. I'm like, gang, let's do it. So I'm in this spot. It's like day one. I meet the motherfucker who the manager. He's a super gay nigga. Like, he's like over the top gay, but then he's also like he's like Venezuelan. I don't know what that is, but he acts and talks like a white person. So he got that dialect like, hi, so how you doing? So I thought he was a white person on the fucking phone. But when I meet him in personal life, one-on-one, he's actually a Spanish human, but he talked like a white guy. So this is my job and shit. I'm at the gig. 2 days go by. Third day I come back. He like, hey, you're not going to do what your job title is, doing the computer editing. I want you to come outside with me and we're going to go get your ID. I'm like, bet. We go outside, go get the fucking ID before we get to the building, which is like the building we walking in the gate where like the cars pull in. So he stopped me. He like, hey, let me tell you something. He a little short motherfucker. So he like, you ain't going to be doing what the fuck they told you you're going to be doing. You're going to be doing what I tell you to do. And he go off on me. Some little motherfucker at the job and shit. This is the second or third day. So I'm tweaked over this shit. I'm like not expecting this. I'm thinking I'm finna go get the fucking ID so I can post this shit all on the internet and all this shit. I'm not even, I'm oblivious to this shit. So we get up in the office. He don't even go in the building to get the ID. We go back to the office to where we was just at. And so we go back in there. So I'm like, well, whatever. So I'm about to sit at my computer. The motherfucker like, yeah, you ain't gonna be on computers. You're gonna be over here putting these tapes in these boxes and shit. Stack them up over here and stack them up over there. I'm like, nigga, what? What the fuck is you talking about? He's like, yeah, you ain't doing that. I want you to do this instead of that. So I'm like, wait a minute, man. I'm in here. They hired me to do this. Yeah, I know what they hired you for, but you're going to do what I tell you to do. I went to fuck on fire on his ass. You bitch ass nigga. I'll fuck your pussy ass up in here, man. You ever disrespect me? I heard what you said to me outside. I slapped the shit out of you bitch ass. Who the fuck you talking to? You better apologize right now, you pussy. My brain just did that. That's who I am. So that's why I don't have a white boss. That's who the fuck I am. You disrespect me, I'm going to respond. At the end of that moment, the motherfucker started crying. I swear to God, a grown man. He started fucking crying. Like tears. And I'm tripping because I ain't never experienced no shit. I'm thinking he going to get gangster on me. He going to say some hardcore shit. He started crying like a bitch. And I'm tweaking like, what the fuck is this? So anyway, I don't give a fuck about that crying shit. But I'm like, nigga, who give a fuck? Nigga, you disrespect, you better cry something, pussy. So anyway, I told the little boss nigga, who was another Asian nigga inside who was like both of our boss, look, nigga, I ain't even finna be dealing with this shit. This pussy motherfucker trying to cry and shit after disrespecting me. I'm up. And I left the gig and went home. So NBC car ticket me. Bling, bling, yo, what happened? What the fuck going on? I'm like, y'all put me in a bogus spot. Y'all put me around a motherfucker who think he gonna disrespect me. I don't play that. I don't give a fuck what your company is. I'm a person in here working like everybody else. You get disrespectful, bitch, I'm gonna respond. So they like, oh, we're gonna fix it. We're gonna take it. Oh, the little goofy on the phone too over this situation, trying to act like I just did it. And I'm like, dude, come on, man, get out of here with that whole shit. You thought you had a goofy nigga on deck, and then you're gonna try to pussy gay boy cry on me, and it's gonna affect me. But it did affect me because white supremacy at NBC was like, we ain't fucking with that nigga. We ain't fucking with that black motherfucker. Move on. You can move around. And I said, all right, man. I moved around. Eventually, Paramount Pictures called me, and I jugged on that, and I never looked back. The thing about I'm saying is what? When you're around these motherfucking people, these gay niggas, these pussy ass niggas, they can do shit to affect you financially. So I had to set my life up after that setback. There was setbacks. There was setbacks in your life. I had to set my life up where pussy motherfucker like that wouldn't have control of the shit. My life was already like that. But when you're getting degrees and education in the world that you in, I'm getting master degrees and all this shit in the filmmaking game. These opportunities can slide you right in these doors. But these are who you're going to meet at the door. These are who you're going to meet. These pussy motherfuckers like that. I don't even know this person. I ain't never had no conversation with him. I don't give a fuck about you being gay. That's your personal business. But you give a fuck. You care because now you saying this nigga got to be under me. This nigga got to be docile to me. Nigga, you better listen to me. And I don't know if your boss or the trial jobs do you like that. In the film game, it ain't really like that. You creative, you do what the fuck you do. I'm creative, I do what the fuck I do. I ain't got to kiss your ass. If I got to kiss your ass, I'd rather kick your ass because then you going to know it will never be no ass kissing. Anytime I see you, I slap the shit out your bitch ass. So what the fuck would I be kissing your ass for? They know that automatically. He meet me off 2 seconds for meeting me. So that's why they like he can't be over here. He ain't got the kind of personality that can fit in with us. So I love that, and I got the fuck away from them. Why I tell you that story is because this is how that gay shit affects you when you're a real motherfucking man and you stressed out your whole life, your kids, your family, you trying to take care of yourself, and you meet these pussy motherfuckers who got it made. They got it fucking made. You can come in this bitch, act like a gay person, talk like a white motherfucker, wear any kind of fucking clothes you want to, and these motherfuckers accept your ass. My black ass walk on the door, you about to check me like I done fucking robbed your bitch ass or took something out your fucking crib. And you know fucking well that didn't happen. You just know that the people gonna back you. All them hunkies at NBC back that motherfucker was like, well, you know, we can find you another place to be and we can do all of this, but you know, I'm spending money. I'm spending money just to fucking be here. I'm spending money just to be a part of this shit. And I got to trick off more money to try this pussy shit again, to see if you motherfuckers going to put me in the right slot when you knew what the fuck was at that spot. When you hired me, you knew who the fuck worked there. You knew who the fuck was in that fucking office and how he operated. I don't know this motherfucker. It's my first goddamn day. But when you a boss and you think for yourself, I told all them hunkies, kiss my motherfucking ass, you bitch. The fuck I look like letting a hoe ass nigga like that be my boss. Because the technical part is I'd have knocked that motherfucker out in that place. He knew the cry. He knew the cry before I choked his motherfucking face off his ass for trying to play me, talking shit to me about something. What the fuck, niggas? We get an idea? Nah, I don't even know what the fuck is your problem. This is my second day. Third day. How the fuck could we even be having a vendetta towards each other? But that's how they set the game up. I got to come in this bitch from the bottom and try to make my way through. And here's the lions at the gate, the dragons at the gate that you got to meet. So when you're a boss nigga like me, I just rather tear all this shit down and rip this shit up out the ground. Fuck all you bitch ass niggas. Look me in my motherfucking face. Fuck you. Fuck your mama. Fuck your boss. Fuck all you pussy motherfuckers. You heard it directly from me. Nigga, I ain't had my motherfucking face. So that's why you see me fucking with niggas like Corey and them, because I beat through these environments. I be in these situations, and these pussy motherfuckers is who you run into. But they can't boss me. You can't tell me shit. I got a master's degree in filmmaking, bitch. I've been making my own movie for 20 motherfucking years. You, your boss, your fucking whoever the fuck you talk to can't tell me shit. I ain't trying to fit in with you, bitch motherfucker. I ain't trying to kick it at your party. Fuck you, nigga. You think I want to fuck with you, goofy ass niggas? You know damn well a nigga like me don't want to fuck with you. These other motherfuckers might try to fit in with you motherfuckers. But I know how to make movies. I know how to edit. I know how to film. I know how to do digital shit. I know how to computerize motherfucker. That shit ain't nothing to me. Nigga, you bitch ass motherfuckers be coming to work for me. Fuck you mean. So that's how I kick it. But I'm not one of them niggas trying to fit in. You can't boss me. You can't manage me. You can't book me. Get your pussy ass out of here, motherfucker. So I kick it with family like them because it's funny. And it be saying the shit that I want to say. I ain't got 5 motherfuckers around me kicking with me. I'm just talking shit. When I get on here, I talk shit about the shit that come to my mind and shit I fuck with. So that's why I say I rock with niggas like that, because I've been in them motherfucking situations with them pussy motherfuckers, them other pussy motherfuckers, and I couldn't do it like them motherfuckers wanted. I mean, I was younger at them times. You feel me? 2008, I was way younger than 2021. I was way younger. So a lot of times I'm coming in the game naive. I'm coming in the game just trying to, you know, I got kids like 7 and fucking and 6 at this point in my life. You know what I'm saying? So you get a call from Hollywood, your ass on, you feeling like you in, this is it. You know what I'm saying? But then you run into these whole ass people and it be bullshit like that, and that shit stress you the fuck out. And y'all got y'all own motherfucking problems and issues that you've seen, racism and this bullshit that affected us. You know what I'm saying? Even watching TV all the time with these whole ass people showing guns and murders and shit around black people being stomped out and motherfucking knees in the neck. They showing that shit constantly to us on videos on a daily basis. That shit gonna fuck with you mentally. They know that shit. They know that shit. It's gonna fuck with you mentally. And we gotta see that shit. We got to watch that shit. You already trying to have a job. You're already trying to kiss some goofy ass, hunky ass, some fucking job ass so you can keep a check coming in. You're already trying to be friendly with motherfuckers who you really don't want to be friendly with on your regular life, in your personal situation. And then you got to deal with this goofy ass shit too. It'll stress you the fuck out. So having them 5150 in them, I watch 85 South. I watch motherfucking what's the $1 million worth of game, Gangster Chronicles, all kind of YouTube shit that keep me having fun. Like it's upbeat to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I laugh, I'm laughing, I'm interacting with these niggas because it seemed like they having the same. It actually seemed like they got the same kind of personality that I got. Not so much that they check a motherfucker if they have to, but that they living the life that they like to live is what I'm trying to say. They actually living the life that they like to live, and that's what the fuck I do. That's what the fuck I do on a daily basis, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I got books. That's why I got movies. That's why I do my thing. Because I wish I would change up who the fuck I am to try to be around these goofy ass people. Now, those experiences in my past life would have been some shit that it didn't turn to some whole shit, that it didn't turn that I was dealing with a bitch ass motherfucker. I'd have kept going. I'd have probably did that shit 3 to 10 years. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as I get wind that these motherfuckers gonna try to play me, it's time to fucking run up out the door. You know what I'm saying? And get away from that shit, because obviously I'm gonna do something that's going to be detrimental to me. Just like yesterday, had I did some shit and I'd have been on this video, if I would have made it back out of downtown Chicago, and I'd have told y'all what happened, motherfucker, I'd have been popped off. That's what it is. They come to your motherfucking crib like, yo, hey, we got video of you, woo woo. I already know the game. So you gotta think. Sometimes you be around these bitch motherfuckers, you gotta be thinking, because they ain't gonna get no fuck about what happened to you. They ain't gonna get no fuck. You gotta be thinking. And I'm gonna do me. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That's why I make my own shit. Everything I do it myself. Because I'm fucking do me. I don't give a fuck. You ain't gotta kick it with me. We ain't cool. I ain't trying to hang out with you motherfuckers. Fuck you and everybody you know. I'm doing my motherfucking thing. I fuck with you. I watch your shit. I like your shit. I kick it with you on that side. But nigga, we ain't rocking together. Nigga, get the fuck away from me. So that's how I kick it. So that's why I fuck with Corey and them, because them motherfuckers go crazy. He had a boy Ron G on there. I think dude from Chicago, but I don't know the nigga. I never met him. I never met Corey either. I just know him through, internet and hearing their names and shit. And Ron G, I'm just familiar with the nigga right here on this show. But he's funny as fuck too. And he has some crazy ass stories and shit. This nigga crazy. Corey fuck with that nigga too. So he was having some crazy ass stories and shit. They talking about sexual encounters and all that wild shit. You know what I'm saying? And that was funny to the motherfucker. He had some broad on that too. I think that's D girlfriend, D homie. She been on there a few times and shit. You know what I'm saying? I seen her on there. She pretty cool. I really don't know the broad, but she got to talk about how some chick fucked up ex-boyfriend or some, all this old political shit like that. But they also got to talk about the murders and shit with these cops. And Corey going to a whole diatribe about that, where he be tripping about motherfucking how easy it is for them to get off for the wicked shit that they do. And we know that it's time that shit just don't happen no more, man. It's like, what the fuck do we do to stop that from happening? Ain't shit we can do, really. And motherfuckers like Corey be saying the only way to stop it is to go to war with their ass. But, I don't believe that going to war with motherfuckers as many guns as white folks got is going to help us, because they outnumber us. And most motherfucking black people are already comfortable. And it's like, I want to write a book. I got a book idea. I don't know how this shit going to come across, but I got a book idea called Surviving Inside White Supremacy, because it's people who survive inside this shit, and life ain't hard for them. Life ain't tough. It's not a struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like, for a lot of black people, life is a motherfucking struggle. But some black people is flourishing through this shit, and they succeed. You can even look at somebody like Jay-Z, Beyonce, fucking Oprah, Kanye, who name it. And these motherfuckers are not having such a bad life. They succeeding within white supremacy. So that lets you know that success that they have, or the idea. I told you motherfuckers before about this nigga on here on the internet called Tone Talks. He talk about a thing called the decadent veil, which means if LeBron James is successful, then that automatically means black community is successful or succeeded. And that's not true. You know what I'm saying? These are 1 or 2 individuals who got money, and that shit does not affect the rest of the world. It don't. These niggas will take their money and give it to fucking, like Tyler Perry. He'll give his money to Walmart to be like, yeah, I'm paying for everybody layaway. Nigga, just get the money to the people. What the fuck would you give it to the billion-dollar brand for? But they know to pay their money back inside white supremacy. So that's what I'm saying. They succeed inside white supremacy. So y'all should check that Tone Talk shit out, because he the one who came up with that shit called ADOS, American Descendants of Slavery. This the actual dude who came up with that. He with that group of people, you know, we call ourselves American Descendants of Slavery instead of African American. But he talked about, not so much that he talked about this. My question is, if the internet is around like it is today, and racism ain't supposed to be what it was, why is not 50 motherfucking Jay-Z's in every state? Why is not 75 motherfucking Kanye West or Beyonce's or fucking Oprah Winfrey's in every single state? Why is it just these 1 to 3 black motherfuckers, 5, 10, handful of niggas that got the kind of money that they got? Why is that? Because they're just specifically given this money from the white culture and propped up on a pedestal. And so you get the decadent veil. So now we look at them and say, damn, Kanye, a billionaire. And that's supposed to make it seem like the whole black community is doing good, which we know is not. And so the mentality of some of the people who they get the money to, like Kanye talking about some slavery was a choice. Or, you know, Jay-Z want to work for the motherfucking NFL and all this shit. Everybody got their agenda. So it's not like they really for the black community. They trying to fucking survive in their own right and have wealth for their kids in the future and kids' kids. So we can't look at that and say like that's going to be success for us. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't agree with how, oh, these the richest niggas in the world and you should just work your way up to where the fuck they at. They was handed that shit. And that's why they don't break their neck to go build schools and go build communities and go build black things so that we can sit up there and say, okay, that $6 billion Kanye got, he invested that shit on the South Side. Now it's 50 motherfucking companies and 35 motherfucking high-rise buildings and shit like that that can allow us to do it. But he would have to build it on white people's land. This white people own Chicago, white people own these cities. So before you can build anything, you got to go to them and say, hey, I want to build this. And they're going to say, get the fuck out of our office. These are black motherfuckers on the South Side. You got no motherfucking say so over there. We'll fuck your whole motherfucking career by saying you this or that. So get the hell out of here. Well, he got to leave and be like, sorry, black people, I tried. So that's what I say. You know, it should be more of us that they can make a move, but they make it hard as hell for them because they'll make it dangerous for their life. So you kind of don't really know what to say. You know, is it a good thing that they don't look out for us so that they can stay alive? But you know, what is it? You know, they want us to get behind they shit, you know, when something go wrong. They want us to get behind their shit when something go wrong. Like, hey, support me, man. When these motherfuckers tripping. But they don't really take their money, the billions of dollars they got, and give it back to the community where motherfuckers are suffering and fucked up. Y'all, no matter where you at in this video, whenever you see this video, you didn't heard how fucked up it is in Chicago with the violence, with the crime. You didn't heard this shit. You know what I'm saying? So by hearing this shit, you already know for a fact that this motherfucker suffering in these communities and shit. But then they want us to all be cheering for some black motherfucker that they didn't gave some money to, and he living somewhere distant from where the fuck community at. I'm not hating on them brothers. I'm just saying that with the internet, with all of this technology, why is it not more than just the 3? Why is it not just more than 1? It could probably be 1 successful black motherfucker in every state. That's it. I mean, especially in the hip hop dimension. You know what I'm saying? But I just wonder why can't that elevate past that? You know, why is that like this wall saying, okay, success for you black motherfuckers is right here and it don't go no further than that. And these other niggas right here, they the plateau. Look, he can go further. Look at Kanye, look at Jay-Z, look at Michael Jordan. They can go further. But your ass, you go to work, motherfucker. You get an education. You work over here for time. He got a company and a whole business. You don't really have that in our community where our community is built up to a level. And that's why the racism is able to stand out like it do. And you can gotta be disrespected by certain people because their culture and their community will come together and be like, fuck that. You ain't doing that shit to us. And then you fucked up. If you did something, they got the whole Asian hate community thing going on because there's a couple of fucking surveillance videos came out of people getting robbed and jumped on. So now the whole motherfucking country is on some Asian hate shit. That's fact. It ain't like you knew somebody on your personal life that did some shit like that to an Asian person. It's just news and TV telling you this shit. So that's a fact. But they don't come around and talk about what I just talked about. Why nobody from the Asian community buy products from us. Not just me and my group. and we selling. But any company, your friend who got a business, why don't no Asian motherfuckers coming there on a weekly, monthly, daily basis buying shit? Why is that? That's Asian. The Asian hate on us on our businesses. What the fuck? What every black woman I know going in, even my lady mama, who damn near 75 years old, she go to the Asians to get her fucking nails done. This is a part of our culture. We international than a motherfucker. We go right to these other cultures. We go to white people to get our food and water. We go to Asians to get our beauty. We go to fucking Arabs to get our gas. We international in our black community all the way around. We don't fucking just get shit from each other. There ain't no black motherfucker that sell chicken in the hood, and that's the only company we go to. We go to everybody else. We go to KFCs, we go to White Castle, we go to Chick-fil-A's, we go wherever the fuck they selling something at. But they'll come at us and won't spend a fucking nickel. They'll look at us and won't spend a dime. They'll walk right past your ass and won't spend shit. Look at you like you crazy when you come inside their motherfucking store. Buy something now and get the fuck out. Staring you, motherfucker following you around the little bitty ass store. It's this big, and he following you around this motherfucker. The big ass mirror, filming your ass from the distance up, cameras following your ass. And it's the illest shit. I don't even want to dig off into this shit, but this the shit that scared me. They got the button in some of these stores where they'll hit it and lock you in this motherfucker. They will lock your black ass in the store and tell the police that they holding you, motherfucker. And you in this bitch like, what? What happened? Y'all, I know y'all seen a video that's viral in the fuck right now today about the little young lady, light-skinned chick who inside some Asian restaurant. She trying to be super bougie with her friends, and she and this motherfucker, they eating Asian food or whatever the fuck they own, and they come back with the Asian chick on the dessert side of the game, and she like, yo, I want to get dessert. And the people come give us this dessert that she ordered. She eat it. She like, oh, I can't fuck with this. So she call the people and say, yo, can I switch this? And because I can't fuck with this. This ain't my style. I want to switch this for something else. And the bitch, instead of switching her meal, she go in there and call the police. Hello, come get this nigga bitch out my stove. Police pop up and be like, she and this bitch like, what? She black, she a female. She instantly start crying. What the fuck is the police doing here? All I asked you to do is change my shit. And she's standing there like an Asian motherfucking chef, like, bitch, whatever the fuck you said, I'm saying leave. This what the fuck be happening to black people. The only problem is it happened in individual situations. So we all be like, that's her. That shit ain't gonna happen to me. Until it happened to your motherfucking ass. She and this motherfucker crying. Check the video. Google this shit. This shit right here on the internet right this second. It ain't gone. This ain't no money ago. This right now. And she all tweaking and shit like, what the fuck, y'all? All I did is act. And the cops told that bitch. Guess what the police told her, who just got on the motherfucking scene. They told her, due to COVID, you can't exchange no motherfucking food. So you eat what the fuck you got, you pay. She said, I never said I wasn't going to pay. I never said that. I just said, can you change it? And they was like, pay the fucking bill and get your goofy ass out this motherfucking store. Who did they come to protect? They came to protect the store owner, the Asian person, who instantly, in her own mind, looked at that black woman when she came in with that complaint and was like, bitch, you a problem. You going to get the fuck out of here. You going to jail. She don't give a fuck about that they all bought meals and they all sitting at the table and they been having a dinner or talk or whatever the fuck their life was. She don't care about that shit. And she all like, you know the climate of black, why would you call the police on me? And the Asian bitch say, you know how y'all treat us too. What? How the fuck do we treat you motherfuckers? We in there patronizing you right now. They don't see it like that. All they see is that it's honestly like this. If you in there patronizing them, you dumb. It's like that. This is a dumb motherfucker. He don't even know that it's a motherfucker. Well, get his motherfucking money and get him the fuck out of here. That's how they see your ass. They don't see you like, a new customer. Oh, shit. Okay, go in there. Make sure he's happy. Make sure. No, they don't see you like that. As soon as the lady asks for a motherfucking change of food, the police come to the fucking table. That'll shock the shit out your ass. You'll be like, wait a minute, excuse me? I don't even know. I just asked the lady. I didn't even say nothing. You'll be shocked out your motherfucking mind. Because you never had a bad intention. All you did is think that was normal. But that's the thing about being black. Ain't shit normal. This abnormal. But you keep acting like it ain't. Maybe you got a white boss that's your friend. Maybe you got a white lady or a white boyfriend. But everybody else ain't. Everybody else dealing with the dumb shit when you walk out this motherfucking door. When you walk outside this bitch, it's a lot of chaos. It's a lot of crazy shit. My particular life, I'm in the midst of that shit. I ain't hiding. I ain't running away. I'm standing in the midst of that shit. I see all these cultures all day long. Every motherfucking walk of life, every color, every breed. I don't give a fuck what your world is. You in this bitch, and you coming down around me, and I'm seeing you. I'm seeing thousands of they motherfucking ass. Not just 10, not just 50, Thousands every week, every single week, 50 fucking weeks a year. You seeing them. You seeing them not fucking with you. You seeing them not buying it. You seeing them dressing like us, trying to talk like us, but not want to fuck with us, not want to give us no money. Ask their ass. You got foreign motherfuckers you know. Ask them why they don't fuck with you. Why they don't come kick it at your thing. Why the fuck they don't come buy your people shit. You told them your friend got one of them. They don't want one. They do not fuck with us like that. And that's how it is. Why? They keeping that poverty on us. They keep it that part. And we dumb as fuck. Let's go get some Asian food. Let's go get some Chinese food. We get them so much motherfucking money. Why would they change? They want to keep the shit the same. Would you change some shit if you was getting paid every fucking day? Why would you change? You got to keep it the way it is. They probably thinking these motherfuckers like that shit. They like pain. They like us treating them like that. Why the fuck they here if they don't? Any other motherfucker be looking you upside your head like, nah, y'all too disrespectful, man. Fuck you. I ain't giving you shit. I ain't coming to patronize you until I see you motherfuckers buying from us and copying from us and getting one from us and showing me that you got one. I ain't buying shit from you motherfuckers. Period. And if you see a nigga doing that shit, be like, bro, man, you got no more chance to do that shit. That's it. You don't get them nothing. We talking to each other as a family, man. Quit patronizing these people who disrespect us. Quit patronizing these people who give not a fuck about us. They got cultures in their systems in their world, and they together. They lock in and they don't even fucking fuck with us at all. It's like they all spoke to each other. It was like, whatever you do, don't get them niggas shit. And we sit back like trying to beg them to, hey, here, give me 3. Can I have one? Showing up in their fucking stores and shit. I'm eating this because I'm vegan. What? Come on, you can't find shit else to do but go up here and keep these people getting rich. They all in our hoods, living in our hoods, don't put in for no money. My mama told me yesterday, how many black neighborhoods, and you probably a black person watching this shit in the Asian nail shop or the Asian food shop, have they donated to the block party where you come up at, where the block is at, around the corner from their shop? How many times have they donated? Hey, we're gonna bring water, we're gonna bring pop, we're gonna bring this, we bringing ice. They don't. They look at your ass like you come in this box, you come in this building to buy some shit or get the fuck out before I call the police. And you know that's how it go. But we all supposed to be oblivious. Oh no, we're all Democrats. We're all Christians. We're all Americans. No, they are. Your ass ain't. And that's the trick that you got to fucking get through your head. You're not. And that's how they want us to understand it. They want us to keep it, that kind of understanding going. So that's why I fuck with them kind of shows and I laugh and I kick it, because a lot of times I'm relating that shit back to my life, my experiences, the shit that make me laugh, the shit that make me, I'm tripping about, the shit they talking about on these shows, especially like 5150 Colonel, because he like one of the most unfiltered motherfuckers in the world. Like this nigga say whatever the fuck you want to say. A lot of times you want to do that shit, but then I don't have no platform like that. So I'm a little small film business and shit. It's not like I'm on no high scale like that. But my whole point about it is that you still be having these experiences and you still want to talk that shit. You know what I'm saying? So even hearing somebody say it, you can see why last week they had dude on there, Nick Cannon, and Nick Cannon was on his show. But that particular video that they made with Nick Cannon, it also had a like a video talking about COVID-19 and all the conspiracies connected to it. So the people at YouTube took the whole video down where it's a copyright infringement, whatever the fuck it was. So he can't put that video up. And that's the whole interview last week with Nick Cannon. But a lot of times inside that video of with him with Corey and Nick Cannon, Corey was letting it be known. He was saying the shit that Nick couldn't say because Nick got the job and he got the white people paying his bills and he's comfortable. He's living again. He's flourishing. Like my book, he's flourishing inside white supremacy. He can succeed in it without it being an impedance on him. So he's like, shit, I'm good. But in order to flourish, he can't say what the fuck he want to say. He got to be filtered. So he and that motherfucker like, no, I want everybody to stay together. We go hold hands. He's a rabbi. He's an Islamic imam. We can all talk together, man. We don't have to be enemies. And if I talk to somebody, then I'm talking for everybody. And all this shit that Nick Cannon was saying. And then Corey Holcomb a second later be like, nah, fuck that. Fuck that fat bitch ass Jewish motherfucker and everything he was doing. You a bitch. And you remember that fat nigga who was on there who was trying to be like, I want to, talk. He was in an interview after they came after Nick Cannon. And so my whole point about it is that they was trying to make Corey, I felt like Nick Cannon was on there because he knew Corey would say this shit. He knew. He like, nah, fuck that. I know Corey would say this shit because everybody else scared. Everybody else got problems. Everybody else trying to survive. And then that nigga Corey went in there and was like, nigga, fuck these hoe ass niggas. Y'all said, he said, what was a lie about what the fuck he said? So what I'm saying about, in my opinion, about somebody using Corey as a unfiltered person to speak the truth. That's what it seemed like motherfucking Nick Cannon was doing, because Nick Cannon didn't like what happened to him. He ain't like that he had to shut up after all that turban wearing and be getting a doctorate degree from Howard University in theology. He knew that he felt like what he learned about was right, talking to Professor Griff on his show that day. But when you getting your money from white folks and they looking you upside your head, if you ain't following what the fuck they say, they could change your fucking life, change the trajectory of your life. Corey Holcomb know that, but he ain't in the inside scoop. Corey, hell, he ain't, you know, he gets shows here. Now I'm talking about Hollywood. I ain't talking about comedy. You know, he traveled the world doing that. But as far as doing Hollywood movies and concerts, TV shows and movies, it's not so frequent for him. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to have that personality, not personality, but you got to have that brand that these people want to put their brands behind. And so if you're talking about certain communities, they're going to automatically turn off. And that's just really how the shit go. But Nick Cannon, he's been standing strong. He been sturdy with it. He like, nah, fuck that. I'm holding on to myself. I speak to anybody. I go to any community. I'm not going to diss people because of their race, color, creed. And there was a girl on there. I can't think of her name. It was the show with Nick Cannon on 5150, but she was just as funny. And she was saying how she just don't agree with that shit. She's not with the gay shit. She ain't with people disrespect, putting that shit all over TV. And Nick Cannon was like, nah, I think you should have more of an understanding. You know, it's people who were probably born like that and you know. And so, they had their debate last week and shit, but Nick Cannon was basically trying to keep it on the neutral side, which he did. And Corey kept telling him, I will need you up there in that space where you can dwell around white people and dwell around black people, because you'll at least be a upstanding, nice thought person when it comes to black people. You won't be looking at us like, oh shit, so I got to check. Oh, I can live in Malibu now? Oh, fuck these niggas. I'm over here now. Hey, man, all y'all need to just go to school. He like, nigga, at least you'll be, goddamn it, trying to support motherfuckers and keep motherfuckers on the righteous path. And we can look to you, because Nick Cannon do got a lot of power. You know what I'm saying? But that show particularly, Corey was going crazy. He was going crazy. I mean, that's what made me watch it again so quick, this show, because that nigga Corey, when Nick Cannon was on that, Corey came at everybody. All them people who was going crazy at Nick Cannon and disrespecting him, Corey went at every fucking body for Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon was on there like, all right, I'm not saying this. I'm not. He was trying to make sure it was there. And Corey said, that motherfucker, I'm the one saying this shit. You know what I'm saying? But he felt like he got to protect Nick Cannon in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? So, but this week they did their show, and it was funny that a motherfucker. I like it, man. I fuck with them niggas, man. Oh boy, Ron G and shit. I haven't never seen none of this comedy. I'm end up watching some because when I get some time, I'm end up watching this shit. You know what I'm saying? But they have some funny ass shows and shit like that. So y'all gotta tell me if y'all watched the show, if y'all fuck with it, if y'all saw it this week and all that shit, and what y'all think about it. You know what I'm saying? And all the shit that they be talking about on there. A lot of shit is funny. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of shit is about the issues and their opinion about the issues that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Inside America. And we all got to face that shit. You know, a lot of times we don't want to face it, but we all see what's going on. We all see, how these crazy motherfuckers get down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, probably so. Yeah. They might do. You're right, Kadani. He said the reason why he's on there because they haven't caught into his views yet. Yeah, but then, I think he only do his show once a week. And then for YouTube to really give you the love, I think they want you to go with a stronger system. Like you might have to go like twice or 3 times a week or 5 times a week, so that the rhythm, the system will push you harder. But they do so much other shit in their world. They're not for to expand the show. They just do 1 a week and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? But there's other people who do shows a little bit more frequently, and they got way more motherfucking interaction and views on their shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but in 10 years, he been keeping that same consistency over 11 years now. So I don't think they're going to change it and shit. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? They just going to keep it going like that. And then the way Hollywood is now, you're not, you don't have to have white folks tell you what to do to go create something. You can literally just go do it your motherfucking self. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the thing is that you're interested in, whatever form of entertainment that gets you going, you can literally go make it yourself. And unless you one of them black people that have to have a white boss, you know what I'm saying? Then that's a possibility for you too. But if you ain't one of them black people that's got to have a white boss, then it's shit you can do on your own. Like you got the niggas doing the motherfucking URL freestyle battles. I mean, what real white people finna come down there and film that shit? I mean, and standing around all them niggas, yeah, cold ass rap line. Oh my God, you already said what nigga, what white people finna come do that? No white people finna come stand around that shit. Wild ass niggas out there kicking it. They want to go do a fucking prank video or some fucking wilderness shit. They finna stand around with a bunch of niggas, 57 niggas all in a goddamn circle where some two people rhyme and go crazy. So it's certain things and certain shows that only black motherfuckers will and should be able to film. That's my opinion. Because, you know, how they gonna shoot the shit? They'll be editing out important shit like, oh my gosh, he said the N-word 3 times, you know, whatever the fuck they wouldn't know, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Could Donnie say, but let them get more mainstream and watch how they drag him digging up old school 5150 shows. Yeah, but I don't think Corey get no fuck. You know, he got too many to dig up. Shit, he got too many, and you're right. But that's all come off of money. If they can leverage you with money and make you feel like you can lose the money. Look at Bill Cosby. I always told my wife this. I was like, that nigga Bill Cosby never denied what the white people said about him. So the white people made a statement about him, and he never denied. He just was like, shh, he lived his life. His lawyers, whoever the fuck told him that goofy ass shit, he just never denied it. He went to court and dealt with it in that regard, but he never denied it. And so by the time they came and slapped his ass upside the head with that court case, he went to jail. So you had to tell me all these motherfucking years that you could have sat back and said, that was a lie. I didn't touch that bitch. You didn't say it. You didn't say shit. So that looked like a guilty motherfucker to me. Like, damn, this nigga can't deny that shit because he really did that shit. So they lock his ass up. So to me, it's like, well, why sit up there and go to prison when you just could have sat there and fought it by saying, I don't believe this bitch lying. Hell no. I don't know if I could have sat that quiet. But my point I'm making is that when they put that money on your motherfucking head, it'll make a nigga shut the fuck up. It'll make a nigga go in there and say, I'm sorry. It'll make you say that. You'll forget that no matter how much money you got, you still on earth. You'll forget that no matter how much money you got, you still got to be inside a building. You forget no matter how many fucking vehicles, no matter how many cars you got, you still only got 2 hands and 2 feet to drive one at a fucking time. But they'll make you think that having 20 cars is what makes you different. Having a boat and all this shit is what make you different. So you'll think about that shit and say, I'm richer than fucking Steve Harvey. I'm finna apologize for this shit. And you would do that shit. They even had Kevin Hart apologizing for talking about the gay community. So when it really comes down to it, Corey's gonna fucking conform like everybody else because his lifestyle's gonna change. And it'd be a good goddamn reason to be like, look when Kanye West hit all that motherfucking money. That nigga didn't go get 10 stripper hoes. He turned to Jesus. He said, I'm a religion. I love God. Yeah. Think about that shit. People don't be going wild out like that when they get that money. They stop and slow the fuck down. That's why it's easy to come to them and say, okay, now what you said in 2013, you might go back on that. You be like, wait, let me look at that shit. Damn, I said that shit. Hey, what the fuck was I thinking? Okay, yeah, I apologize for that. You will do it because your life is different. And you're going to be like, fuck that. I ain't finna throw my motherfucking life away and not get, not have the shit I want. Fuck you. I quit. I'm sorry for what I said. So, and I leave this the nigga for that because you see the struggle. You see the nigga in a motherfucking storage facility trying to boom and make it up. So if he gets it around them people and they be like, Corey Holcomb, you're hosting the Oscars, but you got to apologize for that shit. Man, go apologize for that shit and keep living your motherfucking life. You already had the motherfucking struggle. You already been on the fucking ground. You might as well go all the way the fuck to the top. I'm still going to chill with a motherfucker because you got to. Otherwise, you're going to be back at the ground, worse off. And then people going to be looking at you even fuck because they're going to shit on you. That's why I say the best methodology is to do your own thing. That way, when a contact call hit you like that, you can look at them and say, I ain't doing no goofy ass shit like that. Fuck off my damn phones. Cloud Wars, I swear to God he was. I swear to God he was, Cloud Wars. He sure was. He want to fit in, man. Shit, that money different if you don't get it. Cloud Wars said Nick Cannon was copping pleas for the Jews Rainbow Mafia. Yeah, because they pay that bill. Think about that. You think that girl let him see his motherfucking kids if he start making $50,000 a year instead of $50,000 a show? He'll lose them kids. He'll be like, damn. Nick Cannon know what it is. He know what it is. Look, he said He was at old girl crib. They got it on that show. He said he was at old girl crib for Easter to see his kids with Mariah Carey. You think she'll let that nigga around him if he lost that motherfucking contact and them white people connect? Hell no. He be sending his kids on Skype some motherfucking way. See, Corey has more talent and is more entertaining than 90% of the acts who have shows now. Him and the late Patrice are two brothers that never got their due, Chappelle level and greater. I agree. Yep, for sure. But you see how Chappelle was a lot more raunchier when he was younger. And when he got older in comedy, which today he's more political, he still say that raunchy shit, but he do his political thing where he trying to get you a little sense, trying to get you a little knowledge, you know. But Corey and Patrice, they had that pure comedy, like that was just funny ass niggas making your ass die laughing. And Corey be like, Patrice saw him do comedy, and he think that's when Patrice came out his motherfucking shell and started talking that real shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's other humans, and I think Jay-Z said this, it's other humans that inspire you. So when you see another human and then you look at that other human, for instance, if you had, I remember when I was at the club as a kid, you go to the nightclubs or parties and you a shell, you walk in that motherfucker and then you might see somebody doing a dance or some shit, then you be like, okay, all right, I think I can do that. Now 20 minutes to an hour later, you dancing this bitch. So you will see somebody else and that motivation to make you come out your motherfucking shell. So I think that they did inspire each other, but Corey being the one that's alive now, he gonna get his due. Every dog get their day, man. He gonna get his due. Yeah. Yeah, but he had physical. They would have still took Patrice out because he had physical ailments that was fucking with him. He died of diabetes. You know what I'm saying? So even with COVID kicking in right now, it probably would have took him out. You know, health is actually the wealth. You feel me? So he probably would have still got taken out. You know what I'm saying? Then being up in age, a nigga like 50, 40, 38 and all that shit, that's not a kid no more. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you traveling and doing concerts and eating garbage ass food and sleeping shitty. It's not going to be that you're going to survive for the rest of your life, especially if you ain't got that backbone where you can go somewhere and get right. A lot of niggas be on the road their whole life and still never get that call from Hollywood. So it's like, I got to keep going. You know what I'm saying? You know, that nigga Tony Smith said that shit. He was on that comedy thing with Tiffany Haddish, and they interviewed him. And he was saying that he'd been doing comedy for fucking years. You know what I'm saying? But 30 years, he said 28 to 30 years. And he was like, he just never got that call. So you just kind of like be like an engine. You just keep going. You know what I'm saying? So at 30 something years later of doing comedy, Tiffany Haddish put him on her latest comedy thing, which is on Netflix right now. It's part 2. And old boy Tony is on that motherfucker. So it's like, he a funny nigga too, but it's how long it was, you know what I'm saying, for him to get that kind of call. He way older than Tiffany Haddish. This nigga like late 50s, you know what I'm saying, mid 50s. So that's what happened when you chasing your dreams. Sometimes it might not always come together right away or as fast as you would want it to, but you know, you ain't supposed to give up or give in. You're supposed to keep grinding. You know what I'm saying? But Corey gonna get his motherfucking shine. Yeah, because it's the people get you there. It's not some goofy motherfucker sitting in some office. That's what they want you to think. They want you to think that them clowns got power. But when you from a street like Chicago, when you from the streets like Chicago, you know that you have an automatic dominance over a lot of motherfuckers. Yeah, Tyler Craig too, right? He did too, man. Yep. But you know you have a certain dominance over a certain kind of individuals. And those kind of individuals definitely not going to be somebody that make you change who the fuck you ought to be around them. Because just being around them, you're going to scare them. And that's really what it is. You're just going to scare them just by being yourself. You're going to make them afraid. So they ain't going to want to be around your ass no way, not even to make money. As soon as they fucking see you and kid around you, they're going to be like, oh shit, this ain't the kind of nigga we can fuck with. Do you got anybody else? And that's what it's going to be. So you kind of wasting your time even trying to be up in that realm, because as soon as you get it, look what they did to Bill Cosby. Look, y'all probably younger than me. When I was a kid, that nigga was God for the black community. He was the quintessential black man. Like that's who you want. That's who they told you to become as a grown man. And a lot of niggas to this day, a little older than me, walking around like that nigga. They still do that. Even when T.I. had his TV show, they had that nigga wearing sweaters and shit. He's America's new dad. This is a theme that they put on black men. And that nigga today is sitting in prison being a fucking sexual predator. That's facts. The same people who gave him the motherfucking moniker of America's dad is the same people today saying he's a motherfucking sexual predator. That's the same person, Bill fucking Cosby. The only motherfucker that was lost in the whole system was him. He the one that didn't know what kind of choo-choo train he was on. And then he ended up being in jail today, sitting back, quiet, never even said I didn't do it. He just sitting in jail like pissed, probably, you know, what the fuck happened? You know what I'm saying? But that's what ultimately can happen to you. He was a comedian just like them niggas. That could be the end result if you get inside the motherfucking systems with them people and then they don't like your ass eventually. It's fucked up in the game. You know what I'm saying? But that's the game. So if you plan that motherfucker and you try to make that bitch look out and be the way you want it to be, it could be fucked up at the end. My lady was like, shit, he had 50 to 60 good years of his life. He could sit the rest of his life in prison. I bet you he don't agree to that shit. I bet you he's sitting that motherfucker like, I got 1,000 things I could be doing around my crib, around the country. I want to be sitting in motherfucking jail. But that's how it is. And the people who decided that, ain't nothing you can say or do. Matter of fact, if you mention a nigga name in a positive light, they gonna look at your ass upside your motherfucking head. They gonna say, nigga, we said this nigga wasn't shit. The fuck you talking about? So that's the game. You know what I'm saying? Like my man said, how do you stay motivated when you see so many people making content on your topic? I know it comes to personality, but how do you stay motivated in the beginning? What you mean, like stay? What you mean, like on your content? Because it is personality, but not necessarily personality. It's your take on it. It's your particular. Like if we all start seeing a car, you know what I'm saying, riding past. Hey, I appreciate that, boy. Hey, Mark Curry, you about that first homie that hit me with the little, what they call that shit, super chat, man. I appreciate that, boy. I appreciate that, man. 1 million, man. You know. Let's go. I'm assuming you're talking about Corey Holcomb, right? So let's just say that's what I'm assuming you're talking about. Staying motivated, having to make people on the same content or topic. It's opinion. So for instance, when in Chicago, they got Channel 2, Channel 5, and Channel 7. At 10 p.m., all three of those stations do news. But here's the trick. All three of the stations talk about the exact same topic. And they talk about it at the exact same minute. So it might be 10 minutes to talk about local news, 6 minutes to talk about international, 5 minutes to talk about sports. They all do the same thing. 5, 7, and 9. You can click them motherfuckers and watch each person talk about the same shit, same topic. Why is that? Why is it that 3 white companies at 10 p.m. say the same exact shit? Why is that? Because there's so many people on a fucking planet that nobody wants to hear the other motherfucker talk and have their own opinion. So even though it's the same fucking words, the same goddamn statement, it's still different people. It's still 3 different white motherfuckers on Channel 5, 3 different white motherfuckers. They might have a black motherfucker or a Latino motherfucker. They might have a motherfucking Asian motherfucker or a white motherfucker on Channel 7. But what all of them doing is saying the exact same fucking thing. And they saying the exact bullshit. That's a lie. You know, all the new shit is a lie any fucking way. So you can't get discouraged about talking about the same content because it's like words. Everybody gonna be saying the same shit. You know, everybody gonna say something about some kind of subject matter. So you just gotta still be a person that think that you have a voice to talk about some shit. You know, if I wasn't talking to you motherfuckers, I'd be talking to my wife, and then eventually she'll be saying, I'm tired of you talking about this shit. Why don't you tell them motherfuckers on the internet? And I might be like, I don't want to tell them motherfuckers on the internet. I don't even know them. I'm finna talk to all these motherfuckers on the internet about this shit. And then she'd be like, okay, I'm done talking to your ass. I gotta go to sleep. I'm going. Leave me the fuck alone. So it's like, that's why you talk. And I don't give a fuck what other people are doing on the internet about any subject matter. If I find something interesting about it, I'm gonna talk that shit about it only because I feel like I got an opinion about it, not to try to compete with nobody. Like, okay, he said this, well, let me say that. Oh, because you know, oh, that's what they said. Let me say this. It's just on my own personal notion. I'm like, yeah, you know what? They killed that dude in that car, and that bitch had that gun on him, talking about some taser. Bitch, you saw that was a motherfucking gun. Who the fuck you talking about taser? I could see if you whipped the bitch out and popped it like that and was like, oh, fuck, I shot him accidentally. But you looking at, you point the shit, and said taser like 5 motherfucking times. And then you want to walk around this motherfucker saying it was an accident? Who the fuck you talking to? But remember, that lady didn't say that shit. Her white boss did, the chief. He the motherfucker who said that on her behalf. Think about that shit. That bitch didn't say a word. She said her ass in the background somewhere. And dude got on there. I'm the chief. I'm reporting. And look, he had to resign today. And that bitch got arrested. That's the new news that's popping up. And I want to do a motherfucking video on that. They just arrested that bitch within the last hour. And they have to do that because they flipping motherfucking Michigan over, Minnesota over. They flipping that bitch on the head. And the motherfuckers in Chicago, they scared in a bitch. They scared in a bitch. Nike Town shut down early. They was like, yo, we getting the fuck up out of here because we think they gonna come raid down here. Hell yeah, it's changing. Scared motherfuckers is getting scared. So they like lock that bitch up. That was murder. Whatever the fuck you said, we gotta show a system that we're gonna fucking not allow this to keep going on. So you just gotta keep talking about what you do. Do men lifestyle? Hey, do you, my nigga? Whatever the fuck you into, bro. If that's what the fuck you like to do you. Nigga, ain't shit. Who's stopping you? Ain't nobody stopping you from doing that shit. Let me be your motherfucking motivation, my nigga. Go do it. Start motherfucking tomorrow. Start tonight. Write down that shit that you want to do. Go on these platforms and see what other motherfuckers doing. You just gotta go do your thing, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, I wanted to make my own. I'm gonna tell you what my OG told me. My OG told me this when I was a kid. I was like, Mama, why they ain't got no book about this thing? I forgot the subject because I was like 9 or 10. And she was like, you know what my father told me? This my mother told me. She said, my father told me, if you don't see the book that you want to read, write it yourself. And I'm like a little kid, like, write it yourself. How the fuck you write a book? Like, I'm a little kid, like, damn. But I never forgot that shit. I was a little kid when she said this to me. I just never forgot it all my life. Now, here I'm a grown-ass man, and I got a motherfucking book. Well, I think they're in a car because I was selling them bitches. But I got a book now called How to Make a Hood Movie. So when you believe in your grind, you just do it. It's like Nike be saying, you just fucking do it. You don't sit back and be worried about if people accept it, if people fuck with it. So my last movie, I acted in that bitch. I directed that bitch. I paid for that bitch. I casted that bitch. I did everything on that motherfucker. I edited that bitch. I did the captions on that motherfucker. And it's right here on this channel. Never Kill a Rapper. That's the name of the movie. It's right here on this channel. That motherfucker, an hour long. All kind of actors, all kind of action, all kind of plot points. I'm not sitting around waiting for some goofy motherfucker to call me and say, hey, do you want to come make a film with us? Yeah, it's going to be about caterpillars and dumb shit. The fuck would I waste my life for some goofy ass motherfucker to call me like that for? Yo, motherfucker lifestyle channel vlog, bro, men lifestyle channel blog, that could be bigger than GQ, but it'll never be bigger than GQ if you don't kick that bitch off. That's key. Just kick it off. That's all the fuck you got to do is kick it off. On my mama, you kick that boy off, and motherfuckers gonna come run to your ass and be like, "Hey, nigga, man, when you did that show, y'all went down to the little club and shit. I took my broad down there. She loved that shit, nigga." And you gonna be like, "Wait a minute, y'all watch my motherfucking channel? Yeah, you did the interview. Y'all went down to the thing. You was like, this is a good spot to take your man." You be like, "Whoa, what the fuck? I'm inspiring motherfuckers out here." Yeah, go ahead, go crazy because it ain't shit but a cell phone to do the shit. It ain't nothing but a motherfucking cell phone, my nigga. It's something so simple. So simple to kick it off. Look, I'm making this announcement right now, and only because Mark Curry inspired me, because this is like my personal business, and I'm not even putting this out to the world. But I just opened my own business yesterday, a nonprofit organization. It's called CBD Film Festival. I just opened that way up. I ain't even pushed it to the world yet because I'm still building this brand. But it's called CBD Film Festival. You know what CBD is. You already know what the fuck that is. You know what this film festival is. So that's what the fuck I got. It's called CBD Film Festival, and I own that bitch. So I'm going to be the first motherfucker putting out a film festival related to CBD. And I'll get the films together, get the filmmakers to submit their movies, and blah, 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 blah. And y'all going to see that process. But I'm not standing around saying, wait a minute, Sundance bigger than me. Wait a minute, Cannes Film Festival bougie than me. I don't give a fuck about them goofy ass people. You're going to see my motherfucking film festival, CBD Film Festival, and that bitch going to be all over the motherfucking world. And I'm going to fuck, I'm going to look at their film festivals to learn and get knowledge and inspire, but I'm not going to look at them and say, that is a film festival. Not my shit, not my shit. No, they're going to be running their ass over there like CBD Film Festival. That's amazing. And if nothing at the last, my ultimate goal is to sell the film festival to some other entity bigger than mine for way more money. Now imagine that I sold a film festival for $300 million. And you'd be like, what the fuck? A nigga had a film festival? How the fuck? Man, I was watching that nigga show that day. And that's a streaming and all that shit going on in the world. So you got to just be inspired by your own fucking admission and just go for it. And don't even worry about if that shit hit or not. Last thing I'm going to say about that, my nigga, you miss every shot you don't take. And that's it. So back to the Corey Holcomb them show, man. Them motherfuckers be my peoples, man. And I like that shit. I listen to that shit. And I fucks with them because That's really what it is. You know what I'm saying? I fucks with them as a black dude. You know, we all go through our little ups and downs and shit. And so sometimes hearing people having that fervency and that motherfucking venom sometimes how Corey have it about subject matters, that shit be good. You know the nigga funny than the motherfucker. And he keep a crew of motherfuckers around him that support his brand and shit. So all that shit is key, man. To building your shit up. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm gonna be watching that shit next week. You know what I'm saying? I watch 51 Fit. No, what's the other show I'll be watching all the time? 85 South. They had David Better on their show. I don't know if y'all fuck with them, but Carlos Miller, probably the second funniest nigga in the world after Corey Holcomb. This nigga Carlos Miller funnier than the motherfucker. Y'all ever see 85 South, man? Fuck with them niggas, because them niggas funnier than a badge. It just be crazy. And they interview niggas and they go crazy talking their shit. And so I fuck with them niggas. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if y'all do. But if you do and shit, man, David Banner was on that. He be kicking all that political conversation and shit. That's why I rock with it. They had a bunch of other motherfuckers on there and shit. Some rap niggas that I really don't know, but they younger. But they still was fucking interested in learn about their music and the world they from and shit like that. I always fuck with rap music. I'm always gonna fuck with rap music my whole life, you know, since I was a kid learning the raps and shit. King of Rock and motherfucking My Radio by LL Cool J and fucking Cuss Words by Too Short and learning every single word of them damn songs. And UTFO, Roxanne, and just, you know, I've been on hip hop my whole life. And I remember Souls of Mischief. I'm talking about learning every single lyric to these motherfucking songs. Because I used to, only motherfucker I couldn't learn every single lyric to his song was Twisted. That motherfucker be going too fast. And I be trying, man. I tried for decades. I can't catch that shit. Well, I think that Pope Pimpin' was like the first one I was able to really cap some of his lyrics, but that motherfucker be gone. You know what I'm saying? All that shit sound dope to the motherfucker. So, but you know what I'm saying? But I fuck with those shows because those dudes be keep it real to me. To me, it seem like they real dudes. They real guys, they real niggas, and they not hoe ass niggas. They not pussy ass niggas, and they stand up type individuals. And it's hard, but it's like a vibe. It's almost like as soon as you see them cats and you catch their vibe, you're like, okay, these my niggas. You know what I'm saying? Not that you necessarily want to hang with these motherfuckers, but you want to catch them when they doing their comedy shit on their YouTubes and shit and be like, yeah, that's my nigga, I fuck with them. So I definitely want to have that same vibe with the people who fuck with me, where when I get on here, you know, I'm a 100 type motherfucker and I just kick it and talk my shit. And I'm not trying to fit in. I ain't trying to, you know, make nobody feel uncomfortable or none of that whole shit. I'm just doing me. You know what I'm saying? Keep kicking my thing. He said, what's the name of your movie, James Jones? My nigga, thanks for asking that. It's right here on this channel, Hoodfilms. This channel is called Never Kill a Rapper. Kill a Rapper, just when you look at the old videos and shit on here, or type it in that motherfucker, Kill a Rapper movie, you will see it, man. And that motherfucker took a movie. The only thing the reason why you don't hear about it so much is because during the filming of it, the pandemic, well, at the actual final part of editing, rather, the pandemic kicked in. And it was just like, that's what the fuck happened. Obviously, we had no prediction of that was going to happen, but that's what happened. So as I tried to promo that bitch, they started being on some don't leave the cribs and then people will get you sick. And it was really weird. Today, April 14th, damn, it's been about damn a year. Cause I remember that date. It was April 14th that they was going to drop it. It was April 21st, I think, something like that. I was going to put it on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? But I elected to just put it out here on YouTube and shit because of the semantics that they want you to go through at Amazon. And so when they started trying to make it really rurally and all that rules you gotta follow, I'm not following no white motherfucker. Kiss my ass, fuck your brand. And so I just put that shit out on my own and I've never looked back. And you can watch that motherfucker on my website too, hoodfilms.com. And you pay a little rental fee and then you can watch it, or you can watch it free right here on this channel. And I ain't tripping if you watch it free. So I'm not trying to be like, man, y'all bogus for just watching it free. I want you to watch this shit free. It's cool because the pandemic kicked in and ain't nobody responsible for that. That's just what the fuck happened. Obviously, you won't know that while you filming and editing. You can't even know what the fuck is going to happen. But then it happened. So that's why I was like, I held the movie down for a minute trying to see what was this shit going to let up, and it never did. So on January 1st, I put the motherfucker out on YouTube. And it's just been, you know, like maybe November, some shit like that. So it's been out ever since, just popping little likes and shit like that on YouTube. But it's dope. It's a cool little movie, and I might do a part 2 to it. You know what I'm saying? It's really like a political story, mystery kind of motherfucking all that shit. I wrote the script in 2007 and shit, and then I just tried to make the movie over the times. But, you know, just life and the motherfuckers who I was hiring along the way, they was dropping off and couldn't contain and finish the film with me over the time. And so that's what made me say, I'm going to be the main character in this bitch, because I feel like, you know, again, it's just about when you got your mind set up on something. I kept hiring actors and shit, but they would leave and just go and do different shit in their life and leave me stranded. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting all this motherfucking money into the movie, and these whole ass niggas tell me some, oh, I got a new job and shit out of town. Then another nigga who I got hired as an actor, this nigga, we was rocking together trying to make sure we get the movie. This nigga was an actor and shit, getting his master's degree at DePaul University and shit. So, and then my auntie was his motherfucking foster mom. So I was like, okay, bro, gonna do this movie. And then we collab, and then all of a sudden he get a call talking about they want him to come to China and teach English. And I'm like, what the, this ain't even happening to me. And that nigga left. So I was like twice putting money into the movie and couldn't finish the bitch. And so when this time frame came around right now, an old producer contacted me, and he was like, Hood, I'm gonna help you make your movie. And I'm like, bet, let's do it. But I told him, I said, this time I'm gonna play the main character. He's like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. And that's why that movie got finished, because if I would have hired any other motherfucker, I just knew this, whoever the fuck that person would have been on some goofy shit. So I had to learn how to do the acting game. I already been working with actors my whole life, but I never had myself in front of the camera. I always been behind the camera. So I did that whole thing, learned the game. I did the motherfucking movie. And that's what you will see right here. And I appreciate the support if you're watching it. I got other movies too, because when you see the movie, it's linked into one of those playlists and shit. So you can see some of my other movies and shit from the past. And I got new shit I'm making up this year that I'm going to be putting out. You know, the pandemic is kind of lightening up a little bit around the world. It's not being so stringent in certain states, because I was up in LA because I'm trying to shoot some shit up there. But a lot of that motherfucker still shut down. You know what I'm saying? And then in Chicago, it's coming together. Like a lot of this shit is opening up and shit. So I'll be doing way more filmmaking and shit like that. So, but yeah, go watch that movie. It's called Killer Rapper right here on the movie. I want to, and you'll like it. You know what I'm saying? It's an independent film. You know what I'm saying? And we made that bitch happen. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I fuck with they shows like that on YouTube. It's like the new TV to me. So that's why I talk that shit about it, because I really don't watch no motherfucking TV no more. And when I was growing up, TV was number white motherfuckers. That's it. Only nigga we had on TV when I was a kid, that was a real nigga. I'm not talking about Good Times and all that shit, was Arsenio Hall. He was the only real nigga that came on TV when I was coming up. It was no real. And then after Arsenio Hall, they had Martin, and then they had motherfucking Living Color. That's how I was able to see real niggas. That's how I knew the vibe behind these niggas. I was like, hold on, these is different niggas right here. There's not the Good Time niggas. This ain't the motherfucking Different Stroke niggas. These are different niggas. And they was able to, I saw they, and even though they was Hollywood niggas, you could tell that they was trying to be real black motherfuckers throughout their career. And that's what got me really connected to comedy, because I was like, that's what the real niggas are. That's like where the real niggas kick it. They ain't in the, when they get the script and get the money and then they got to stand in here and do the acting and shit like that. Not those kind of niggas, you know what I'm saying? Because I knew who Bill Cosby was, but he didn't act like my father. My old man was at the crib every day. He's a street nigga from the west side of Chicago. And wasn't shit you could do about it. That's what the fuck it was. So he took us on the streets to hustle, on the block, standing outside on the streets. And I remember when the Bears won the fucking Super Bowl, and everybody was cheering. That nigga was like, grab that shit, we going downtown to sell. And we was downtown in the motherfucking snow selling motherfucking Bears paraphernalia, and the crowd was unreal. We out there with shit, jugging motherfucking products to the Bears fans and shit after they won that night. I remember it was snow and shit coming down. You know what I'm saying? Cold in the motherfucker. We shorties with my old man, me and my three brothers, me and my two brothers. But at the end of the day, that's what the fuck we did, you know what I'm saying, growing up. So, because that's what it was. So I didn't see people like Bill Cosby growing up other than in TV. So that being said, you knew a nigga like that was made up. You knew a nigga like that was created. That wasn't a real nigga. That wasn't how real motherfuckers acted. That was a TV station, TV show type motherfucker. And I think he tried to carry that personality character further over in his life. And you knew it. You knew it. He was like, hold on, man. Ain't no black motherfuckers acting like this. Fuck. I ain't saying the careers they had. I ain't talking about that part. I'm talking about the way he acted as a dad. That wasn't how I saw it in my household. My man was crazy, the motherfucker. And then when you saw black men like that, it was like they was weird to me. And then when I see them calling them out as freaks or any kind of shit like that today, it ain't far fetched to me because I knew that wasn't how men were acting. Because my man was at the crib every single fucking day growing up, and then nobody act like them niggas. So that's why I gravitate to motherfuckers that act like real men, that ain't trying to be no bitch ass niggas out here and trying to fit in with white supremacy and then look at you upside your motherfucking head because that ain't how you operate. You know, I got family members that try to operate like that, and I ain't dissing them, and I ain't mad at them. You know what I'm saying? But I don't kick it like that. You know what I'm saying? I do my thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I go in my life. You know what I'm saying? Bro said some shit. We see what the comment is. Best name you. Okay, maybe that was popping up from over on this side. Yeah, man. So I appreciate y'all coming to check me out on this motherfucking channel, man. This Hoodfilms, this the channel. You know what I'm saying? This is another one of my brands right here, Hood the Filmmaker. You know what I'm saying? You know, they used to call me the Hood Filmmaker all the time and shit because my last name is Hood. And so I just reached about 2 years ago. I was like, what if, you know, because that little nigga called himself Chance the Rapper, right? And years ago, his father asked me to do a music video for him. I didn't know. I don't do kid videos and shit like that. But he was a little bitty kid at this time. And I had just came back from that Obama shit in D.C. and I ran into his father inside Harold's Chicken and shit up here. I didn't know who the fuck he was, but he was showing me that he was really in the White House. And he said his son was, he went through his cell phone. And he was telling me that his son is a rapper and shit. He's like 13 or 14 and shit. I'm like, nigga, hell no. I'm in the streets. I can't film no damn kids rap video. Like I'm fucking street nigga like a motherfucker. I mean, like, I don't know. I was very young then and shit. And so years later when the kid made it, I was wondering, was that the kid? You know what I'm saying? Because I knew that they kept saying he was connected to Obama. And it was his father. That was exactly the same kid and shit. And I was dying laughing like, what the fuck? He actually made it and shit. So it's just crazy how shit happened like that. But, you know, that's how my life is. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be tripping like, what? You wasn't filming a kid video? Like, nigga, what the fuck? I don't look at it like I'm not filming a kid video. I look at it like I would have looked at it as a kid. Why the fuck would I want this old ass nigga filming my goddamn video? I would want my homie, somebody that's my age or 2 years older, to film my fucking video. I wouldn't want no nigga 25 years or 10 years older than me film my shit. So that's how I see it even today as an artist. Like, I don't want to film no kids video. I'd rather let some little nigga that's his age or in his world film it so they don't feel uncomfortable with me standing around like, yo, y'all cool, man. Y'all do what the fuck y'all want to do. No, let a little nigga his age do that shit because his age homies going to understand their world. They got their own motherfucking world that they in, and I ain't trying to dwell on the little niggas' world. I would have looked the old nigga upside the motherfucking head if my people would have came to me and said, okay, this Ronald, he gonna do your video. I'd have been like, oh, hell no. I don't want this nigga to do my video. No. And I'd be like, Ronald, could you show my boy Frank how to shoot that camera? And you stay your dumb ass out here. We're gonna go in the building. But that's just me. You know, I ain't saying that somebody shouldn't do that. You gotta do the fuck is right for you. So, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I like kicking it with y'all, man. I appreciate y'all coming to this motherfucking channel talking about 5150 show and all that shit. They talk so much shit to each other and go crazy on the show about so much shit that you can't even fucking remember every goddamn day. I be dying laughing and shit about some of the scenarios and shit like that, trying to I ain't really bought none of that gear on the show either. Like that, I might do something like that in the future and shit. But I'm always wearing my own shit. You know what I'm saying? I really don't wear no other people's clothes. I got a Nipsey Hussle shirt. Is that motherfucker here? I just bought a Nipsey Hussle shirt. Then I wore that motherfucker like maybe on the plane ride back or some shit like that. But I've always promoted my own brand. You know what I'm saying? But I support everybody motherfucking brand because I know you never know who gonna be the motherfucker that make it out here. So don't be discouraged or uncomfortable about doing your damn thing. Talk your shit and go out here and go crazy in this world. Because what I know for a fact, especially selling on the streets all my life and talking to so many motherfucking people in so many walks of life, I learned something in this world, man. And I don't mean no negative shit by this. I want y'all to understand that. But most people are weak as fuck, man. I mean, weak as a motherfucker. And I'm not talking about they don't pump weights or they not smart. I'm just saying they pushovers. It's a lot of pushovers in this world. Like you can my cousin like to call that shit. What do you call that shit? you got to put your will on people or some shit like that. He called that shit like something like that. You got to exact your will on people. And it's, as long as you're assertive, as long as you're semi-aggressive, you get your motherfucker way in this world. Because a lot of people are pushovers, man. A lot of people are not fighters. They're not trying to compete or debate back. They just kind of like moving through the world. And I think that's where a lot of people sell shit and make money in this world, because who you're actually asking to buy your shit is people that's not going to combat you. They're not going to fight it. As soon as they see that shit's available, even if it's something they don't even know what the fuck it is, as soon as they see the shit's available, they're just gonna get one for the fuck of it. And that's a lot of times, well, a lot of people be discouraged or scared to start to do something, but they don't understand that dynamic. You're not fighting, you're not going against a bull or a wall. You're going against a bunch of weaklings, a bunch of softies. And as soon as you tell them what it is, exact your will, they're gonna fucking act accordingly. That's it. And here's the perfect example. Look at YouTube. Look at YouTube. YouTube came around October 2000 or August or something like that in 2005. Here you go, 15, 16 years later, it's the way you watch TV and communication today. They exacted their will on the world. Fuck TV. We here now. And you motherfuckers start, hey, TV got their ass on here. You can watch a whole motherfucking TV show right on this motherfucking YouTube. Because they exacted their will on it. Look at Netflix. They exacted their will on it. Look at the iPhone. They exacted their will on the world. Like, I'm not gonna wait for you. Look at bottled water. They said, fuck water coming out of a sink. Bitch, you gonna buy a bottled water and you walk your ass around with one in your fucking hand. This is gonna be you. All you gotta do is exact your fucking will on people. That's what my movie Killer Rapper, and not just that movie, but every movie I made, is me telling my stories. It's me telling you how I feel about stories. My stories that I want to tell. And that's what I do. Oh man, so you got some Corey shirts. That's dope. So you be supporting. That's good shit, my nigga. They be rocking them shirts. They be putting it out there. I like that handicap one. Well, I ain't gonna say handicap. My daughter's deaf. So they got the one with the what's this shit called? Sign language. They got the sign language 5150. That's covered me. That's the one I get. Because my daughter is actually deaf. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, out of all this shit, I mean, they got some crazy slogans on some of the motherfuckers, but I think that's the one that I would, you know, at least copy shit, you know what I'm saying? At rock, you know what I'm saying? I'm smoking, I'm going crazy over here, man. Let me get the fuck up off this motherfucker and jump back into the day. I'm gonna holler at y'all about more shit. And I appreciate all y'all coming on here, checking me out, talking this shit. Let me talk that shit to y'all about my shit I got going and all the shit I like, man. If you check the movie out, I appreciate you. If you buy a product in the future, I appreciate you. If you come check me out on the channel right here, I appreciate you. This your boy Hoodfilms, Hood the filmmaker, and I'm about to get the fuck up out of here. Thank y'all for watching, man. All right, holla at you.